Just thought I'd tell you about Heyday Fest, because I realised we haven't done a vlog on it, and it happened over 2 weeks ago nearly. What a day! What a day. 10 schools from all over London came to show the films that they'd made, and everyone turned up on time. Everyone had a good time. They all spoke very well, and the films were really, really well received. Loved it. 140 people came, and the BFI were very kind to host us again, so thanks to the BFI. Mark Reed, the head of education for the BFI, popped in. He was so impressed. He wanted to know more about Heyday and what we do and how we do it and why we do it and where we do it and why can't we do something with them. So that was cool. But more importantly, it was just great to see all of the young filmmakers there. Some of them we hadn't seen since September. For example, I think Cavendish Primary School, who made Footsteps. We hadn't seen them. I think that was the first film we made for Heyday Fest back in September, which is strange when you think about it, because it's, that was the end of summer. And we had autumn, and now it's winter. So it feels like a long, long time since we've seen them, and they've had to wait, obviously, 13 weeks to see their finished film. Hillbrook turned up, where we made a film called The H Team, all about healthy eating. And then North Ealing Primary School were there. They made a film called Girl with a Movie Camera, nod to Ziga Vertov and his man with a movie camera. It was great to see them as well. That's the fifth year, I think the fourth year that they've been with us. Love having them back. Then who else came? Ronald Ross came. Ronald Ross, who made a film, Ronald Rock Paper Scissors, which is insane in a good way. What a film. Assisted by commentary from Luke and myself, but not that it needed it. Very, very funny. I think lots of the teachers like that. Who else did we have? We then had Worsley Bridge came. They showed William the Conqueror, which opened the festival. That got a big laugh. I think Johnny, who said William the Conqueror, his line, "Hello Harry, you haven't changed a bit." I think that went down really, really well.
"Hello Harry, you haven't changed a bit."
Really good way to kick off the festival. I'm glad we chose that film. Who else did we have? Chesterton came. And they closed the festival with All's Fair in Foursquare, which is a film all about fairness in sport. Those schools who play Foursquare in primary school will know exactly what they're talking about. I think it details how students can play sport together, how they can learn to be good losers, how they can learn to take it on the chin if they get out, doesn't matter. That was great. Southmead, there's a last minute change. Southmead were going to show Being a Vampire Sucks, but we switched it and they showed Mummy's Boy, and I'm glad we did, because Mummy's Boy was just really, really funny. They were the youngest students there, they were year 4. The majority of the other students were year 6, but Southmead were year 4, and their speeches were fantastic. But for year 4s to get up in front of 140 strangers at the BFI and speak the way they did and say the things that they did, that to me was one of the best parts of the festival. Lady Margaret's played Imagine Ninjas, about a girl who starts school and is so anxious and nervous that she creates these imaginary ninjas in her mind who can come to her rescue and bail her out of any potentially life-threatening situations, like people brandishing rulers or boys coming to talk to you in the corridor. But it turns out that the school are just being very friendly, and she's kind of built it up in her mind that she should be scared and put her defences up. So that's what the ninjas represent. And then as time goes on, she realises that she doesn't need the ninjas. It's a nice film. Very different to anything else played there. Who else do we have at Heyday Fest? John Perrin came, our newest school. We are working there every other Wednesday. They joined the Heyday, I want to say Heyday alumni. They joined the Heyday community in September. And the film that those year 6s made was called Do Not Open. It was about a haunted pencil case, as you do. I think pencil cases are banned in John Perrin, and this was a horror film that perhaps explained why they were banned. I think that was the final film we made for Heyday Fest. We made that at the end of November, so the turnaround on that had to be really, really quick. But again, scary. Went down well, got a good reception. Who else came? Green Dragon came and they played Sleepers Creepers. Now, Sleepers Creepers is probably the runaway hit of the term. I think it got the best reception at Heyday Fest. I think it might have had something to do with the jump scares that were in there. Students being pulled up by their hair, being dragged into the classroom, disappearing in very creepy circumstances. Or are they creepy? You'll have to watch to find out. But Sleepers Creepers and Green Dragon, absolute pleasure to have them back for their 3rd Heyday Fest, I believe. I wore a 3-piece suit, which I was very pleased with. Luke and David also looked very dapper. And it was just, I don't know, we've done it, it's the 4th time we've done it, and I think it's a great thing to look forward to for the end of December. I think the end of term screenings are great anyway, but to have that in the diary, for schools to have that and have posters up in September, reminding people that they are coming to essentially the home of British film on the Southbank. Most of these students have never been to the BFI before. Some of them have never been to the Southbank. Some of them have never heard of the BFI. They still think it's called the FBI. And what always makes me laugh is that whenever they come into the cinema, there's a seat that says, that's reserved for the usher. And they always think that Usher is coming, but he's not coming. He's not invited. Usher's not invited. Very happy with how that Heyday Fest panned out, and I'm looking forward to our 5th Heyday Fest next year. 2019 will be the 5th anniversary of Heyday Fest, so I might plan something special for that. But anyway, go and find the films online, watch them, share them, and enjoy them. Cool. Have a nice Christmas.